Going to be the composite style, the fourth one. Those two Doric ones back there are dating back to the 2nd century BC, and they are left from the Prytanean town hall of Ephesus, where the administration basically went on. The three Ionic columns back there and the ruins around them are left from the Hestia temple of this ancient city, which used to be one of the most important temples of these ancient cities, because the city of fire, which used to be the symbol of existence of an ancient city, used to burn in the Hestia temples. Hestia virgins or Vestal virgins were responsible for the temple, for the fire. They used to live in the temple, and the fire used to burn 24 hours a day. I did not know about the marble that is all around most of the construction of the buildings. Most of the people do not know that it's still the fire version of all the marble fires in the world. Anything that's happening? Okay, let's go. En öndeki mi? Tamam. Tamam. As you keep on walking down, take a look to this hall that you can see here in the middle of the street. And there used to be 4 rings on 4 sides of the hall. 2 of the rings are still existing. They used to put a beam to the hall and tie it with ropes, the rings on 4 sides, so it can stand still. At the top there was a cup full of olive oil that they used to burn at night. So very simple street life.
So you take for street like those holes and they put the rings in.
Starting from this corner, we'll see some monuments, temples, library of Ephesus, some other important buildings that we will talk about. Most of these buildings were destroyed because of the earthquakes. So today, while visiting this ancient city, about 70% of what we see are reconstructions, but mostly using the original pieces. And most of the information that we have about these buildings are coming from the inscriptions which were found during the excavations. From those inscriptions, again, we know that this building here at this corner, which used to have 2 floors, used to be the hospital and pharmacy of Ephesus. If you take a look to that marble block at that corner, you can see the sign of medicine, the snake and the copper, next to the hospital and the pharmacy. The rings that we have here on this side are left from a monument, Memnus monument. Memnus, he was a proconsul, a general governor. When he died, his memorial grave was constructed for him up here at this point.
Did you say the hospital was on the right or the left? Right here.
Do you know whom she is? The lady down there? I'm sure that all of you heard her name for several times today. She is much famous than she was in those years. She is a goddess, by the way. You know, gods and goddesses, two names, Greek and Latin.
Leanne,
The goddess of Greek, and her Latin name is Gloria. And her Greek name is Ket, or Nike. Goddess of the sport shoes This square is known as Domitian Square. Domitian, he was a Roman emperor, and his name was given to this square because of those ruins that you see over there. Actually, what we see today is the basement part of the temple, which used to stand here. The main building was completely made of marble, again because of the earthquake it was destroyed, and the marble blocks were taken and used somewhere else, so nothing left from the main building. The basement that we see now is used as an inscription gallery. More than 2,000 inscriptions, which were found during the excavation, are kept in the basement part of this temple. Those arches that you see all around the basement, as the square was so crowded, a lot of people used to come and visit the temple. There used to be shops all around the temple. As you see, always money makes the world go round.
Did you see the fruits?
Oh, she's nice.
Come this way, please. Group number 6. The ruins that we have down here at this corner, next to the Madness Monument, are left from a small monumental fountain which was especially constructed here. Between the 4 columns, there used to be 2 doors that they usually open twice a day, so that the water could run down all the streets of the civil part to clean the streets. And down here you can see the few ruins left from the gate. Remember Hercules Gate, which symbolically separated the city into 2. So passing through the Hercules Gate, we will be in the civil part of the city. And this was just an appetizer for us. What we have seen up here is just nothing besides what we'll see down there in the civil part of the city.
Danielle?
I think she's calling our dad.
See, we got another Danielle.
Danielle? Come on.
These are young cats. This one's young.
Amazing what these earthquakes could do, isn't it?
Yeah. 'Cause this was solid marble. This is all marble.
Solid marble.
Yeah. Well, where is our Danielle? Oh, there's our Danielle.
Come closer, please. Group number 6.
Why is this for?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Go ahead.
Just don't slip and fall.
I didn't see her.
Scared to
No,
death.
that's okay. Go ahead. I'm just shooting.
Is this to avoid slipping and falling? This roofs?
Very smart.
You're a banana.
Now turn around and take a look to those few ruins that we just passed, left from the gate. Remember, that's the gate. Separating the
Some
city.
of the comments you get are
On two sides, you can see the relief, the figure of Hercules coming from different sculptures, so they are not exactly the same, like both of them are the figures of Hercules. Now we are in the civil part of the city and we are walking on the Curates Street, one of the main streets of Ephesus. Curates were the priests who were in charge of the temple of Artemis and their name was given to this street. On two sides of the street here there used to be stoas, sidewalks. On one side of the sidewalks, as you see, there used to be the columns. On the other sides there used to be galleries going towards inside the hills and there used to be shops here. Expensive ones for the rich and royal people who used to live in the city. Shops where they used to sell spices, vegetables, fruit, meat, olive oil. There used to be restaurants, tavernas, jewelry shops, leather shops. And as I told you, expensive ones. So we can say that this was the rodeo drive of Ephesus. In front of each column, a statue used to stand. So the street used to look like an art gallery. Some of them are destroyed because of the earthquakes. Some of them are in the museums all around Turkey. Shame for us, but truth, some of them are in the museums all around Europe, especially in London, British Museum. There is only one statue that you see here back there without a hat, which belongs to a doctor whose name was Alexandros, who tried to cure malaria but was not able to. Actually, he himself also died because of malaria. Why malaria? We'll talk about this later on. Talking about the chariots, those wooden cars pulled by the horses, starting from the port. Remember, this was a port city, and all that land that you see down there used to be the Aegean Sea. So starting from the port, up to this gate, they could come with the chariots. Up in the official part, no chariots were allowed, and actually that's the reason why they had this gate here in the middle of the city to stop the chariots getting into the official part of it. As we continue walking down, you'll see more of those dots later on, some horizontal lines, which were done for the protection of the chariots from the slippery ground. Imagine the marble in a rainy winter day. Come and take a look at this figure that you see here on the floor in front of me. Do you know what this figure is?
No?
What was the holy symbol for the Christians before cross? Fish. Fish. Where does the fish come from? Don't say sea. I mean why it was holy. Ichthus. What is ichthus? The original language. No. The ancient Greek language which was used in the city by the Ionians. There are 6 words like Jesus, Son of the God, our protector and savior. If you take the first letters of those 6 words, ichthus comes out, which means fish in ancient Greek. And if you put those 6 letters at top of each other, this symbol appears. So this is a combination of 6 letters. So this was also the holy symbol for the Christians. You can see this all around the city. Crosses, menorahs. Talking about the early periods of the Romans, when the official religion was all those ancient Greek gods and goddesses, Christians or Jewish were not allowed to be here, but they were here. So at night, when it was dark, they were going out and drawing these figures to show that they were here. Ancient graffiti.
That's pretty good.
There you go. Case population was like 5,000. Down there you can see the library of Ephesus, which is the most impressive building that you can see today. This fountain was larger than that library. When you visit the Museum of Ephesus, you will see the drawing of this fountain. And the Emperor Trajan thought that he was the greatest in the world over everything, so he ordered for a huge fountain to be constructed and dedicated to his name. Also, he wanted to see a huge statue of himself standing in the middle of this fountain. Today there is only a foot, and the ball next to his foot is left from the huge statue of Trajan, and the ball is symbolizing the world. As he thought that he was the greatest in the world over everything, he wanted to see the world next to his foot. But what's important with still here, but he is not. Actually, the important point is, 2nd century AD, they knew that world was round. Later on, during the Middle Ages, the information was dark. We did not know why, but we have a good excuse for that. Dark Ages. And take a look to the capitals that we have here. Ionic and Corinthian together, so these are the composite style capitals, the fourth style. Original floor mosaics. Come closer. Take a look. If you take a careful look, you can realize that the figures of the mosaics are changing from one shop to another, because every owner of each shop was responsible for the place standing in front of the shop. And again, from the inscriptions, we know that one of these shops was used like a casino, like a gambling place. On the inscription it wrote, though you lost your money, you had good time. See, nothing has changed.
This structure on the left, are you going to talk about
Yeah,
that?
we will talk about it.
That was not here. Only the high degrees. That's why different dwellings, different units in the city, including the bedrooms and the living rooms and the meeting rooms, and, the atrium, because the atrium with a fountain in the middle for cooling.
Now my pants are wet. Is my coat ready?
But that's the old day.
Yeah.
He says, under the sun,
Nothing stays new.
I discarded. Class one. That's the case of the wall. That's the case of some.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, right over here, we are just approaching the end of the 3rd Main Street, but before, on your right hand side, you can see one of the temple structure from middle of the 2nd century after Christ, and the temple of Hadrianus or Hadrian, another Roman temple. So ladies and gentlemen, the one thing which is really quite remarkable, this is the most impressive and the most well decorated temple structure in the city. That's why, for this one, wonderful spectacular structure protection against their evil eye or jealousy.
The ones on the other side are telling us about a legend how the first settlement of Ephesus was set up by
There's a female singer by
See the figures on the side wall of the building? Those are the figures of the Amazon, the warrior ladies. Their name and Amazon River has no relationship. Their motherland used to be north part, Black Sea region of Anatolia, before Ionians. Some of them were here, settled a small village here. Name of that village was Ephesus. Actually, Ephesus was one of the queens of the Amazons. And the name of the city, actually, Ephesus, is coming from that small settlement, Ephesus. Those figures, small ones that we just talked about, these are not original, these are replicas. You'll be able to see the originals in the museum today. In front of these 4 Corinthian columns, 4 statues used to stand. 3 of them used to be the statues of emperors, and one of them used to be the statue of Antipas, who used to be the boyfriend of Emperor Hadrian.
Got it. Got it. 明天还要试一下，所以这
Very good
今天
escape.
只包括
Hillside, up in the hills. There used to be the house of the rich people. They just finished the excavations and reconstructions in this section, having those shutters set up surrounded by glass, known as Small House of Okay, number 6. Here we go. This way, please.
I'm sorry, what year was the earthquake that destroyed this finally where no one lived anymore?
Wow.
Johnny on the spot.
Explanation, huh? No explanation needed.
Public bath, right?
You want the color?
No, can you clip it to your jacket?
We're not hearing you.
Yeah, we can hear her.
It's a public bathroom.
How is it now?
Bueno,
How about now?
now.
So now we are in one of the public toilets in Ephesus, which was only used by the men, talking about this one. For the ladies, they also had the restrooms, but this one was for the men. As you see, no separation between the seats, no privacy. Some of the seats are reconstructed, so they are concrete. Originals were completely made of marble. And again, from the inscriptions, we know that slaves used to come and sit before their masters to warm up the seats in winter. Well,
This one's marble, it's original.
With floor mosaic, so that's the reason why we are trying to protect. Cold in the winter. There's a large channel, not completely, but a part of the seat also had a sewage system. In front of the seats, as you see, there was a small channel where the water was running for them to clean themselves. And it's a tradition coming from Anatolia that you clean yourself with your left hand. That's the reason why you eat and shake somebody's hand with your right hand. Here in the middle, there was a small fountain for the decoration of the latrine. Back there next to the fountain, I'm not kidding, this is also true, a chamber orchestra used to sit and play continuously to cover the unpleasant sounds. See where the chamber music was
Take a
born.
picture, you go in the bathroom.
You go, you sit.
I don't need to be. Go ahead, take it.
Make sure they see the hole in the bottom, because if not, they're not gonna know what the hell it is.
Did you get my face in the picture?
Yeah.
Of course, you're
You want to take a leak?
Yeah, you gotta.
Let me just go.
And the top of the system was opened by
So here at this corner, two main streets intersect each other. 2/8 Street, and this is the marble walk. This is 100% marble. Down here we have the part of the city, the symbol of Ephesus, library, which used to be the third largest library in the world. When I say largest, I'm not talking about the size of the building, I'm talking about the written information that was kept inside the libraries. Largest one was in Alexandria in Egypt. The second largest one was in Pergamon, and this was the third. At the beginning, they used to use papyrus paper coming from Alexandria. Later on, a competition started between the libraries of Anatolia and Egypt, and they stopped to send papyrus from there to here. Then the people living in Pergamon started to use the skins of the unborn lambs as a paper known as parchment, originally Pergamon paper. Ephesus also started to use that. They didn't have books in those years.